and you people had faced a certain problem. You couldn't hear my voice. Now I hope it is clear. Is the voice clear? Okay. The voice is clear, we'll continue then. So, in my previous class, we had faced some certain network issue. Network issue ದಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಟ್ಟ ಬಂದು ಮೂಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So, I have made a video and have sent you the YouTube link. ಒಂದು YouTube link ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹಚ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. Just go through it. Regarding the second part of the lesson, to dear the ಎರಡನೇ part, especially dealing with the page number 8 and 9. 8 ಮತ್ತು 9 page number ಮಟ್ಟ I have covered it in the video. Please see that video and we'll continue from page number 9, last paragraph. But before we continue, let us go through the lesson what we have done. In our previous class, we have come to know about a place called as Monaco. Monaco ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸ್ಥಳದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗೈತಿ. Where it was situated, what was the population, how was the king, and how did he govern, and the taxes which he levied. Taxes ಯಾವ ಲೆವಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. We have levied about the taxes and about the special revenue from the gaming house. Gaming house ಇಂದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. And why this gaming house was a monopoly in Monaco. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಮೊನಾಕೋದಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಮೊನೊಪೊಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ that game was only played in Monaco, no other country. ಬೇರೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿದಾಗ ಯಾರು ಆಡ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. And whoever wants to play that game used to come to Monaco. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಅವರು ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. And the king led a rich lifestyle, that of a real king. ಒಬ್ಬ ನಿಜವಾದ ರಾಜ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿದಾಗ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿದಾಗ he had a rich lifestyle. So to maintain all his kingdom as well as rich lifestyle, he had to depend on this gaming house. And on one day, a murder had taken place. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. And as you know, they had everything. They had the office for law, they had the office ministers for each and every work. So here a murder was committed, the judges gathered and they decided to give him punishment, and the punishment was to execute him, to cut off his head. ಹುಂಡ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಟ್ಟ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. The decision was taken to the king. ರಾಜನ ಹತ್ರ ಇದು ಹೋಯಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಜ ಇದ್ದವನು he also accepted the decision. ಇವರೇನು ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, whatever the judgment was given by the court, the king also accepted it and asked the person to be executed. But there was a certain problem. One small problem was there. What was the problem? That they did not have the guillotine machine. They did not have the guillotine machine nor the executioner. They did not have the guillotine machine, executioner. Ibru irlilla, and they had to find some way of collecting the guillotine machine from the bordering country, from France. France ದಿಂದ ತಗೋಬೇಕಂತಂದು they made an inquiry about the guillotine machine as well as an executioner. The France quoted about 16,000 francs. For the guillotine machine. Guillotine machine ಎಷ್ಟಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 16,000 francs ಅವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. The amount was too high. The king couldn't afford it. ರಾಜಾಗ ಇದು ಅಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ to fetch 16,000 francs, ಇದು 16,000 francs ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ he had to levy tax on the people again, about 2 francs on per head. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 7,000 ಜನರು ಇದ್ರ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರ ಮ್ಯಾಗ 2 francs on on each head. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಎರಡು francs ಕೊಡಬೇಕು, and the people would not accept it, and the people would not accept to pay 2 francs extra as a tax. So they thought of some other way. They also inquired the Italian government. The Italian government quoted it as 12,000 francs. Yet it was cheap. Yet it was cheaper than the France government, but yet they couldn't afford this also. It almost made the same statistics. That means everybody has to pay about 2 francs per head. So they cancelled this idea of collecting the guillotine machine from either of this country. And finally, they thought of some other plan. Somehow they wanted to make it cheaper. So they asked the general whether any of the soldier could perform the task of cutting the head. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೈನಿಕ ಇದ್ದವನು ರುಂಡ ಕತ್ತರಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಏನಂತಂದು ಇದು ಸಕಟ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತು. The general called the soldiers, but the soldiers didn't approve of it because they weren't trained to chop off somebody's head. Yes, they had been given training to fight in the war. ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಫೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ತರಬೇತಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕೈತೆ, ಆದ್ರೆ they are unable to chop off somebody's head. So even that idea didn't work very well. So they had to think out some other plan. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಬೇರೆದು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. A commission was gathered, a committee was there, and subcommittees were made, and finally they came to the decision. What decision? That the criminal had to be kept in the prison. So they had changed the punishment. Earlier it was a death sentence, now it has been turned to life imprisonment. Life imprisonment convert ಆಗಿತ್ತು. So they had to put him into the prison. There wasn't any quite a good prison. There was a cell, one cell ittu, it was temporary cell. People were not kept into that cell or hardly kept for 1 or 2 days, but there wasn't any permanent structure. ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಖಾಯಮವಾಗಿ ಇಡಬೇಕಂತಂದು ಅಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. They found it out, and finally a prison was settled. The thief was put into the prison, and a guard was also placed. One fine day, after months, years, after a year has passed, on the varsha takshana, the king was going into the income and expenditure. ಎಷ್ಟು ಖರ್ಚಾಯಿತು ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಾಭ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತಂದು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ he came to know about a certain new item of expenditure. ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಖರ್ಚು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕಂಡು ಬಂತು. He came to know about the new expenditure, and that was the maintenance of the criminal. Maintenance of the criminal, it amounted to 600 francs. What? The maintenance of NANCE. The maintenance of the criminal was 600 francs. ಇದು 600 francs ಅವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಖರ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತಿತ್ತು. And if somebody thought over it, ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಂತ 600 francs is something too much. ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ 600 francs ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ, and the criminal was still young and he would live up to another 50 years. ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು 50 ವರ್ಷ ಮಟ್ಟ ಅವನು ಬಾಳೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನಂತಂದ್ರೆ they couldn't afford it. So the calculation seems to be too much. ಯಾಕೋ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅನ್ಸಕತ್ತಂತಂದು even they had to drop out this plan. Now let us see what they wish to do with the criminal. Page number 9, last paragraph. Page number 9, last paragraph. You must find some cheaper way of dealing with this rascal. The present plan is too expensive. That plan to keep him into the prison was quite expensive. They couldn't afford to spend 600 francs on that criminal every year. ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಅವನ ಮ್ಯಾಗ 600 francs ಖರ್ಚು ಮಾಡೋದು, it was too expensive. So So they thought of some another plan. What it was? The present plan is too expensive, and the ministers met and considered and reconsidered till one of them said, they thought of one plan or the other plan, and none of the plan were quite successful. So they were thinking of some other alternative ways to punish him. So what could be done with the criminal? ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಅಥವಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇಟ್ ವಾಸಂಟ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಟ್ಟು ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ they thought and finally came up with an idea. One of them said, gentlemen, in my opinion we must dismiss the guard. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತೂ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಯಾರಿಗೆ? ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾವಲ್ಗಾರ. ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಎ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಟು ವಾಚ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್. But then rejoined another. So if the guard is removed, then what would happen? The other minister told, the fellow will run away. If the guard is removed, the fellow, that criminal, will run away and he will escape. The another minister told. Well said the first speaker, let him run away. So if that thief wishes to run away, if he wants to escape, if he wants to move away from this place, let him go away. So what was the plan? To let him go away. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು, ಅವನ ಪಾಡಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಎಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತಂದು this is what they had thought. Let him run away and be hanged to himself, whatever happened to him. No, so we shouldn't worry much about him. ಅವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಾಳಜಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. We will take away the guard, and if he wants to run away, let him go away wherever he wishes to. So they reported the result of their deliberations to the kinglet. So they went and reported what plan they had thought about the criminal. ಆ ರಾಜ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಏನು ಪ್ಲಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they wish to take away the guard, and if the criminal runs away, it is well and good for the king also. And he agreed with them. He also agreed with them. Yes, if they will remove the guard, and obviously the criminal will run away ಅಂತ ಕೂಡಲೇ he also agreed to this plan. The guard was dismissed. On the next day, they removed the guard. The guard was dismissed, and they waited to see what would happen. So they were waiting for the result. They were hoping that the criminal would run away. ಅವನು ಕೈದಿ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನಂತ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರು. Waited to see what would happen. All that happened was that at the dinner time, the criminal came out. Whatever happened at that moment, only thing that happened was the criminal came out right at the dinner time. Dinner time ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ರಾತ್ರಿ ಊಟದ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದ. And not finding his guard, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ನೋಡ್ತಾನಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾವಲ್ಗಾರ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. That watchman was not there. He went to the prince's kitchen to fetch his own dinner. So what did he do? He himself went to the kitchen. ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ ಅವನು? ಅವಾಗೆ ಸ್ವತಃವಾಗಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದು he went to the kitchen to get his dinner. ಅವನು ಊಟ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. He took what was given to him. ಅವನಿಗೇನು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅದು ತೊಗೊಂಡ. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೇನು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನೀಡಿದ್ರು ಅದು ತೊಗೊಂಡ. Returned to the prison. He came back to the prison, shut the door on himself, went into the prison, went into the cell and locked the door and stayed inside. So this is what happened. They were expecting that the criminal would run away, but the criminal, what did he do? He came out, he saw that there was no guard. So he came out and went to the palace kitchen ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಆಹಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅದು ತಗೊಂಡ ಬಂದ he went into his prison and locked himself inside. Next day the same thing occurred. Probably they hoped on the next day probably he might run away, ಅಥವಾ ಮರುದಿವಸ ಅವನು ಏನಾದರೂ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನಂತಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. But on the next day also what did he do? He came out of the prison, he went to the palace kitchen, took the food whatever was given and came back to the prison and locked himself. So this thing continued. Same thing occurred. He went for his food at the proper time, but as for running away, he did not show the least sign of it. As for running away, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೂ ಅವನ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಟು ಮೂವ್ ಅವೇ, ಅಲ್ಲಿದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಸ್ಕೇಪ್ ಆಗೋದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೂ ಏನೂ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಂಪ್ಟ್. ಬರೋಬ್ಬರ ಊಟ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರೋದೈತಿ, ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಊಟ ಬೇಕಾದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರೋದೈತಿ, ಜೈಲ್ನಾಗ ಕುಂತು ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಹಿ ಹಿಮ್ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಡಿಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಜೈಲ್ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಂತ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡೋದು, ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗೋದಂತೂ ಏನು uh, there wasn't any sign of running away at all. What was to be done? ಈಗೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? What was to be done? They considered the matter again. Now ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? See, first of all, what they planned? They planned him to execute him. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಂದು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ರುಂಡ ಕತ್ತರಿಸ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರು. They did not have the guillotine machine. So they made enquiry to the France government, French government, as well as the Italian government. So that didn't work appropriately. So again they thought of another plan, and they came to the idea that any of the soldier could perform the task. ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸೋಲ್ಜರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ. That too didn't work very well. And later they switched on to the other plan. Instead of giving him the death sentence, death penalty ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ they thought of giving him the life imprisonment. So they put him into the life imprisonment, though it was quite difficult. But after an year, ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನೋಡ್ತಾರಂತಂದ್ರೆ the expense was about 600 francs per year, and that too was quite expensive, thinking at the situations, because he was quite young as well as healthy, and he could live for another 50 years. 50 ವರ್ಷ ಮಟ್ಟ ಅವನಿಗೆ 600 ಫ್ರಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ it was too expensive also. So they thought of letting him free finally. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಓಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂತಂದು ಇದು ಸಕಟ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಇಫ್ he is running away, if he escapes himself, well and good, ಬಹಳ ಚಲೋ ಆಯಿತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆನ ಬಗೆಹರಿತೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದು they thought of this also. But as far the criminal is concerned, he didn't leave that place. ಅವನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ದಾಗ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ he used to fetch his own food and lock himself into the prison. So this was the thing. So that was happening. ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ನಾವು ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್? ದ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಅವೇ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸನ್. ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಡನ್. ದೇ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಅಗೇನ್. ಇನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ವಿ ಶಾಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಔಟ್, ಸೇಡ್ ದೇ, ದಟ್ ವಿ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡೋದು. ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡೋದು? ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಮ್ into the prison, and probably he might go away by himself. ನಿನ್ನೇನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡಪ್ಪ, ನಮ್ಗೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಸಲುವಾಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ನಂಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಂದು ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಹಿಮ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಟು ಹಿಮ್, that we do not want to keep him. So the minister of justice had him brought before him. So the minister of justice, ನ್ಯಾಯದ ಮಂತ್ರಿ, ಅವನ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದರು. He said, why do you not run away? So he asked him directly, why didn't he run away? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಯಾಕೆ ನೀವು ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ? ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ನೀನು ಸರಳವಾಗಿ. Why are you still here? There is no guard to take care of you. The prison is open and you can escape from here easily ಅಂತಂದು the minister asked. Then he replied, there is no guard to keep you. The minister said, there is no guard to keep you. You can go where you like and the prince will not mind. He also said that there is no one to watch you, there is no one to take care of you, as well as the king won't mind at all. ರಾಜನು ನಿಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಂತೂ ಕೇಳಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. So he won't mind at all. So better you can move away from this place, you can escape from this place, or you can escape from this punishment. You can easily move away. ಅಂತಂದು the minister of justice told. Now criminal says, I dare say the prince would not. Okay, I dare say the prince would not mind. So when did I say the prince would mind or the king would mind if I run away? ನನಗೆ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಹುಡುಕಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತಂತಂದು ಅದು ಸಾಧ್ಯನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. I know the king won't mind, replied the man, but I have nowhere to go. But where should I go? You will let me out. ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಿ, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಐ ಡೂ, ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಡೂ? ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನು ನಾನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು? ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ, ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನೋ ವೇರ್ ಟು ಗೋ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. if you have ruined my character by your sentence and people will turn their backs on me. You have ruined ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನನ್ನ ಗುಣ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನಷ್ಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ ನೀವು ಏನು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ದ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್, ಐ ಆಮ್ ದಿ ಮರ್ಡರರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಡ್. ಇದು ನಂಗೆ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಿ, ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂದು ಏನಾಗೈತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ನನ್ನ ಗುಣ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಕೆಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗೈತಿ ಅಂತಂದು he says. You have ruined my character by your sentence and people will turn their backs on me. Turn their back. What do you mean by this? Turn their back ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇವನು ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಎನಿಬಡಿ who sees him, they will move away from him. ಇವನಿಂದ ದೂರ ಆಗ್ತಾರೋ, ಯಾರು ಇವನ ಹತ್ರ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Besides, I have got out of way of working. Apart from that, I do not know what to work. ಅಥವಾ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್. ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಮಟ್ಟ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಮಟ್ಟ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಫ್ರೀ ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮರ್ತು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ನೋ ಎನಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಂತಂದು he says. ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಮೀ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ಲಿ, ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಡವಳಿಕೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಕೆಟ್ಟವಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಯು ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೀ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೇರ್, ಇದು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ಫೇರ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ, ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗುಡ್ ಎಟ್ ಆಲ್. ಇನ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, when once you sentenced me to death, you ought to have executed me. First ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಪ್ಪ ನನ್ನ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್, death sentence, a death penalty was given. That thing you had to do it. ನೀವು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು, ಡೆತ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ, ನೀವು ನಂಗೆ ಮರಣ ದಂಡನೆ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟೆಡ್ ಮೀ, ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ನಂಗೆ ಕೊಂದು ಹಾಕಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ಯು ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಿ ದೆನ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಡಿಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್. ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ನಂಗೆ ಕೊಂದು ಹಾಕಲಿಲ್ಲ. What did you do? Then that is one thing. So this is the one thing that you didn't kill me and you left me. I did not complain about that. ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಏನೂ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಂದು ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ನನಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿರ್ವಾಹ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ದಟ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಏನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then you sentenced me to imprisonment for life and put a guard to bring me my food. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿರಿ, you put me into the prisonದಾಗ ಕೈದಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ನನಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವಾಚ್ಮನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟರೆ, and there was a guard to serve me. He used to bring me food. But after a time you took him away again. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿವಸ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅವನಿಗೂ ನೀವು ವಾಪಸ್ ತಕ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಿ. Again, this is the second mistake or the second complaint, second mistake they have done. Took him away again and I had to fetch my own food. So what he had to do, he had to fetch his own food. ನೀವು ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಊಟ ನಾನು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಬರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. Again I did not complain about this. Again he didn't complain. So second punishment was given. They had to sincerely continue with the punishment. ಖರೆ ಅದು ಸಕಟ ನೀವು ನೀಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಲೈಫ್ ಇಂಪ್ರಿಸನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಗಾರ್ಡ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿರಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಊಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. So I am not complaining about this also now. But now you actually want me to go away. ಈಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ you want me to run away. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಸ್ಥಳ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. I can't agree to that. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಒಪ್ಪಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. You may do as you like, but I won't go away. ನೀವು ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊರಿ, ನಾನು ಈ ಸ್ಥಳ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದು the criminal says. Now what has to be done? ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? See, they thought of all the punishment that could be given to him. ಏನು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಟ್ಟರು, ಯಾವುದು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಶಸ್ವಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸಮ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ದೇ ವೇರ್ ಅರೈವಿಂಗ್. ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ಫೈನಾನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Now also it seems that maintaining the criminal was too much also. ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ನೀನು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, and now finally they want him to move away and he is unable to go out. ಅವನು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ತಯಾರಿಲ್ಲ. So he says, final says, he won't go away from here. Now what could be done again? ಇನ್ನೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆದ್ರೂ nothing was quite successful. So what could be done again? Once more the council was summoned. Once more a council, ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸಭೆ ಕರೆದ್ರು. All the ministers gathered together and they thought of it, what could be done with this criminal ಅಂತಂದು. Was summoned. What course could they adopt? What course ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವ ದಾರಿ ಹುಡುಕಬೇಕಪ್ಪ, ಇವನಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿದಾಗ ಶಿಕ್ಷೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತಂದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. The man would not go. They reflected and considered. Reflected means to think over, thought over what would be done, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದು ಮರುವಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಎ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಫಾರ್ this problem. The only way to get rid of him was to offer him a pension. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಟು ಆಫರ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್, ಅವನಿಗೆ ತಿಂಗಳ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹಣ ಕೊಡೋನು, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಿಡೋನು ಅಂತಂದು ಇದು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ದೇ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್, ಹೋಗಿ ರಾಜಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಸೊ ವಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಮ್, ನಿದರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಿ ಗಿವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಫೈನಲಿ ಲೆಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಗೋ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಸರ್ಟನ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹಣ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋನು ಅಂತಂದು ದೇ ಥಾಟ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸ್, ಹೋಗಿ ರಾಜಾಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ದೇ, ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾವುದು ಬೇರೆ ದಾರಿನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಅದರ್ ವೇ ಅದರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್. ವಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಸಮ್ ಹೌ ವಿ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ರಿಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಮ್, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವನಿಂದ ನಾವು ದೂರ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಕೈ ತಗೊಂಡು ಒತ್ತಾಟ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದು ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ. ದ ಸಮ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ವಾಸ್ 600 francs and this was announced to the prisoner. The amount, pension amount, was the pension amount? Pension amount was 600 francs. Remember it, it is francs. Ille francs ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆನ್ಸಿ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್. 600 francs was fixed as the pension. The sum fixed was 600 francs and this was announced to the prisoner. ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈದಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಏನಂತಂದು, that we will give you this amount as your pension, ನಿಮಗೆ ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ and you please go out ಅಂತ ಈ ರೀತಿದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. Well said he, ಅವಾಗ he agreed, the prisoner, the criminal agreed to this plan that they will offer him 600 francs as the pension, yearly pension 600 francs ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ, you can move out ಅಂತಂದು they told. Well said he, I don't mind so long as you undertake to pay it regularly. On that condition I am willing to go. If you are paying the pension regularly, I am willing to go on that condition only. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, that if you are paying me regularly I will be out of the prison, if not I will return back ಅಂದಾಗ. So the matter was settled. Finally they settled the matter that they will be paying 600 francs as the pension and he will go out of the prison. So the matter was settled. He received 1/3 of his annuity. Annuity ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 600 francs ಏನು ವರ್ಷ ಕೊಡೋರಿದ್ರೆ 1/3 of this amount. 1/3 means almost about 200 francs. 200 francs was given in advance. 1/3 of his annuity in advance and left the king's domain. He left the king's domain. ಮೊನಾಕೋ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅವನು ಆ ಸ್ಥಳ ಬಿಟ್ಟ. King's domain means that kingdom. He left that kingdom. ಮೊನಾಕೋ kingdom ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅವನು. It was only a quarter of an hour. You know how big Monaco was. Monaco ಎಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದೈತೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೈತಿ. It wasn't that big at all. Hardly about 7,000 acres of land. ಇಷ್ಟೈತೆ ಅದು. So it was only a quarter of an hour by rail. ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟ್ರೈನ್ದಿಂದ ಹೋದರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಒಂದು 15 ನಿಮಿಷದಲ್ಲಿ he went to his place, not far away. It was only a quarter of an hour by rail and he migrated and settled just across the frontier. Frontier ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ border of Monaco. ಮೊನಾಕೋದ ಬಾರ್ಡರ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆದ. Emigrated, he left this place and went there and settled across the frontier where he brought a bit of land. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದವನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ he purchased land. He purchased a bit of land, started market gardening. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ he did market gardening. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಭೂಮಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ ಏನೇನು ಕಾಯಿಪಲ್ಯದ ಬೆಳೆಸಕತ್ತ ಅಥವಾ ಹಣ್ಣು ಹಂಪಳ ಬೆಳೆಸಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತ. And now lives comfortably. Now he lives very happily. Now he is quite happy. He always goes to the goes at the proper time to draw his pension. Right time daga ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. At the month end or at the beginning of the month ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಹೋಗಿ he collects his pension amount. Pension amount ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾನೆ. To draw his pension. Having received it, after having the pension, what does he do? He goes to the gaming tables. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊನಾಕೋದಲ್ಲಿ there is a gaming house. ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗಿ he goes over there. He goes to the gaming tables. stakes 2 or 3 francs, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 2 ಅಥವಾ 3 francs ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಣ ಹಸ್ತಾನು. He might win or he might lose. Sometimes wins and sometimes loses, and often he loses or at times he also wins. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಗೆಲ್ತಾನೋ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸೋಲ್ತಾನೋ, and then returns home. He lives peaceably and well. ಈಗ ಭಾಳ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಜೀವನ ಕಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. It is a good thing that he did not commit his crime in a country where they do not grudge expense to cut a man's head off or to keep him in prison for life. Luckily, he committed the crime in Monaco. ಮೊನಾಕೋದಾಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಅವನು ಏನು ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡದಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ he began to lead a happy life. But if he had committed the same crime in any other country, might be France or might be Italy, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಅಥವಾ ಸಾವರಿನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದಾವ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದವನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪನಿಷ್ಡ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಡೆತ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ದೇ ಕುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲೋಡ್ ದಿ ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಗಿಂದಾಗ ಕೊಂದಾಗ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ದಾಗ ಇಡೋದಿತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ದೇ ವುಡ್ ಕೀಪ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಮೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮಚ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ಮನಿ. ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಲಾರ್ದ ಏನು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ಕೊಟ್ಟೇ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ದ criminal happens to live happily. So that's why I told this story is humorous. Humorous appa antandre ಏನilli, though he was awarded the punishment, the death punishment, finally at the end of the story you can see that he is having the pension of 600 francs. ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಮರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಸಂಬಂಧ 600 francs ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಅಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯೂಮರಸ್ ಒನ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್, ಈ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನು ಕಾರಣ ಇತ್ತು? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಿಲಿಟನ್ ಮಷಿನ್, ದೇ ಡಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮನಿ ಟು ರೆಂಟ್ ದಿ ಮಷಿನ್, neither any of them could perform that task of killing him, neither could they keep him into the prison. ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಇಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಓಡಿ ಹೋಗಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಓಡೂ ಹೋಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ದೇ ಎಂಡ್ ಅಪ್ ವಿತ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ the pension of 600 francs. 600 francs ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಿರ್ಣಯ ಮಾಡಿ they put him out. And finally he didn't go too far away also, because Monaco in itself was a small place, small kingdom, hardly 15 minutes away. ಒಂದು 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಬೈ ಟ್ರೈನ್, 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ 15 kilometers away. ಒಂದು 15 ನಿಮಿಷ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಟಿಗೆ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ he had purchased a land. He was leading his life very comfortably. And at the end of every month, he used to come and collect his pension, plays a game on gaming table, might lose or might win, and leads a very settled and comfortable life. So this is about the lesson 2 dear. ಇದು ಏನೈತಲ್ಲ 2 dear ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇದೊಂದು ಪಾಠ. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಲೆಸನ್. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ, often they for 6 marks they will ask, why did the king keep on changing his mind in giving the punishment to the king, punishment to the criminal? ಆ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ಗೆ ಬರೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾರೆ? ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ punishment given and why they couldn't afford the punishment of death punishment, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಫೋರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, about the inquiry to the French government as well as the Italian government and their quotation, and regarding the soldiers who couldn't perform the task of killing, neither couldn't they keep him into the prison. ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. And they can also ask a question regarding this lesson, how it is too expensive, too dear ಅಂತಂತಾರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಿವ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇಟ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸಿವ್ ಐತೆಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಂಟೈನಿಂಗ್ ದಿ criminal, to maintain him was the quite expensive way. ಈಗ ಆದ್ರೂ giving him 600 francs, 600 francs as the pension is also a huge amount. They could have thought over it. But on the other hand, can you think about something or any other punishment that could be given to the criminal? ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಪನಿಷ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು? what punishment could you have suggested? Obviously this is an humorous story. We don't look deep into the matter. ಇದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಡೀಪ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡೋಲ್ಲ. Obviously there were many other ways also. If they couldn't give him the death sentence, if they didn't have the guillotine machine, at least they could have hanged him. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇಸಿಸ್. ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ದಾಗ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಇಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂತಂದ್ರೆ 600 francs. ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ದಾಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೇಂಟೆನೆನ್ಸ್ ಖರ್ಚು ಬರ್ತಾಯಿತ್ತು? 600 francs ಇಯರ್ಲಿ. Per annum, the maintenance charge was 600 francs. Instead of giving him pension, they could have maintained or they could have kept him into the prison. That was the better option, because anyway they are spending the same amount on his pension. Pension ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಜೈಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು. Or there were many other punishments also. ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದಿತ್ತು, hang him till the death. There were other punishments suitable for him, but we have to look it from the humorous or comic mode to this story. ಅಷ್ಟು ನಕ್ಕು ಒಂದು humorous mode ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ. It isn't a serious story, just for the entertainment purpose. Hope you have followed this lesson. If you have any problem,